The cars are out of turn 3. Green flag in the air. We are racing at Pocono. And Brad did once again choose the outside lane. Green flag goes back in the air as we complete lap 64. And now the mad rush down into turn 1 at Pocono. Jamie McMurray not afraid to get out of line. Harvick hanging tight inside of Brad Keselowski as they make their way down the long pond straightaway into turn 2, and Harvick can't pull it off. Ready for a shootout? 12 laps to go. As the green flag is back in the air, Brad Keselowski gets the jump on Dale Jr. And what's wrong with Logano?
Yeah, and Logano had a problem. Well, they stacked up. Everybody, I can't believe everybody missed him.
And here's Junior inside of Brad Keselowski for the race lead.
He knows he's got to get in front of him, but nope. He's hanging tough on the outside, but he knows he better get in front because that car is strong.
Brad getting the top spot on the outside. Kurt Busch trying to do the same. Gets around Junior, and now Junior battling back to the inside. Going to take that spot back into turn 2. Larson, the only driver in the top 5 that has not won a race this season. And Brad Keselowski is off the pace, and there goes Dale Jr. The 88 is out front at Pocono with less than 5 to go.
Now, did the two get off the pace, or did something happen when they run up on lap traffic?
Off of turn 3 for the final time.
You got it, bud.
He won the season opener at Daytona. Second checkered flag of the year for Dale Jr. at Pocono.
Good job.
Front row, Kevin Harvick on the pole, Jeff Gordon alongside. And as the pole sitter, you can choose inside or outside. Kevin Harvick choosing the outside lane. 15th race of the year for NASCAR Sprint Cup Series here at Michigan. And we are green. Thought about making it 4 wide into the corner. They are 3 wide. Jimmy Johnson is there. Paul Menard, Kurt Busch. Outside lane paying off for Kevin Harvick.
And a lot of people wonder why. Whoa, a lot of people will choose the outside line. It's just because you can arc it in, especially on new tires. You can arc a car in and carry so much speed. Oh, we got somebody sliding up the
into
fence.
The wall. Brian Vickers, the 2009 winner here, nearly came back down across the field and nose first into the wall.
Well, he had that thing saved, Kyle, until it. Oh, no! What?
No.
Guys, yeah, we're tore up pretty good.
Well, but I still think there were some guys, Kyle, that looked. Oh,
trouble again. That's the rookie Kyle Larson spinning down the back straightaway. Casey Kane also sideways. Race leader is Kevin Harvick. And when you have the top spot, you can choose inside or outside lane. And all day at Michigan, it's been the outside for the leader. No different here. We go green, completing lap 113.
Brad K tried to get a pretty decent start there, and he got decent. But you see that outside line.
Harvick just gets through 3 on that high line.
Kyle Larson lost a couple on the restart, now trying to regain a spot on Tony Stewart. That 42 machine is fast, going a little wide here, but he's good right now, Ralph.
Adam, if you talk to the crew, we got
a spinner. That's Brett Moffitt. Caution out for the 6th time today. Moffitt able to keep it on the lower end of the track. The 21-year-old from Grimes, Iowa, making his 2nd career start. And this week it was announced he has signed a development deal with Michael Waltrip Racing. Going to do a lot of testing with the team. He was 24th, 1 lap down when he got turned around. Jimmy Johnson did get the white flag. Down the back straightaway, half a lap away from victory. Entering today, there were 5 tracks on the Sprint Cup Series schedule where Jimmy Johnson had never gone to victory lane. You can cross Michigan off the list. The 6-time champion going to get his first Michigan trophy this afternoon. It is hard to pass here. And that means restarts and the start of the race very good to establish track position. New track record for Jamie McMurray. He's on the pole. We are green in Northern California. Top two breakaway, but side by side from third on back. He's having a great day.
Yes, he is.
He's up to third right now behind Jamie McMurray. That puts Kyle Larson back to fourth. The rookie's been impressive in his Sonoma debut. Tell you someone we haven't talked about. Casey Mears in the top 10 has been wonderful all weekend. Good in practice, good qualifying run yesterday. Has stayed in the top 10. And look at Dale Jr. working over Jamie McMurray for second.
Strong move on the outside around the one car of Jamie McMurray on the outside around of turn 7. That's a hard move to make.
Clint Boyer hanging tough as they go to the top of the hill. And look at Ambrose side by side with Kurt Busch behind him. On board with second place Clint Boyer. Not letting Harvick get away. Side by side into turn 4.
And Ambrose and Kurt Busch run that whole section side by side.
Oh. And now Ambrose for second. Aggressive through turn 7.
Ooh.
Got one off, and that is Matt Kenseth. Hard hit as he came down.
Wow.
Caution is out for the 4th time today. Now the 22 knows that he will have to make one more pit stop. Everybody else that came down moments ago feeling good about where they are in regard to finishing this race on strategy. And there goes Jimmy Johnson getting another one inside of Clint Boyer as they go to turn 11. Move Jimmy Johnson up to third now, and Boyer goes around.
Oh, and he gets clobbered by Zach Harvick.
Nowhere to go. Contact in 11. And look at him. The track position. You continue to lose it. And finally, Boyer able to pull away. And Harvick's left front is crushed.
Yeah. And
through the high-speed portion of the track for the final time. Gordon closing in as they head toward turn 11. Gordon driving it in hard. Edwards locks it down, maintains the top spot, and drives off of turn 11 clean. He's won 22 times in his career, but never on a road course. That's going to change today. Carl Edwards, a winner at Sonoma. That's the way Brad Keselowski has gone for the start. Row 2, Jeff Gordon, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson in row 3. Pace car on the pit lane. The rain is gone, and the green flag set to go in the air for 267 laps at Kentucky. And how about this, Larry? This is our 4th Sprint Cup race here at Kentucky. This will be the 3rd time in those 4 races. The first caution was a competition caution. Seems we always get overnight rain, and there is the caution. It was not the competition caution. We've got problems in turn 4, and it's going to be Denny Hamlin in that FedEx Toyota, and it looks like he hit it pretty hard. Restart here going to come as we complete lap 84. Joey Logano, race leader, outside lane. Inside of him, teammate Brad Keselowski, Ryan Newman, Kyle Busch, Paul Menard. The top 5 as we go back green here at Kentucky.
Joey kind of laid back a little bit there on that restart. It may cost him a bit.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of momentum, though, in that outside lane, and you see it here. Power move, Joey Logano trying to gain the advantage down the back straightaway.
Tell you what.
On board with Logano and Keselowski inside of him. This is good stuff.
And you're fighting for it really hard, even though these are teammates, because you know how important that clean air is. If you can get that lead, boy, it's tough for somebody to pass you. So you're going to fight for it, as Brad is.
And you see the sparks come out from under Brad's car. When you get hung down on the bottom of the racetrack right there, the racetrack is really rough. That's not where Brad wants to be to make any time.
And they're getting after it behind him. Look at Newman, Matt Kenseth, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Paul Menard. At one time, they were 3 wide after the restart. Jeff Gordon, the 4-time champion, looking inside of the rookie, Austin Dillon. Saw it there on Joey Logano's machine as he Came toward turn 4. We got trouble. The rookie Alex Bowman goes around, and Jamie McMurray right behind, nowhere to go. And there might have been contact with Casey Kane. Final lap for Brad Keselowski. Started on the pole, 6th time in his career, but he has never won from the pole in his Sprint Cup career. When Brad won here in 2012, he led 68 laps. Tonight, he simply took him behind the woodshed, leading 199 of 267. Brad Keselowski wins it at Kentucky. Green flag is out, and we are underway at Daytona.
That's a beautiful sight.
Yes, it is. Beautiful sound, too.
A couple of pretty good plate racers here. Tony Stewart right in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. on board with the 88, who right now is 7th. Stewart's pulled up right behind Matt Kenseth. Jimmy Johnson is there in the mix and on board with Junior once again. This is a great view, and 4 guys that absolutely know how to get it done here at Daytona. Bobby Labonte in that 33 car has been pushed out front. Coming off of turn 4, when we get to the start-finish line, we will complete lap 20 today.
Rickon behind you here, Rickon.
And now we have a crash. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. involved. Tony Stewart around. And that's Dale Earnhardt Jr. through the infield grass. Carl Edwards has some damage.
Kenseth just about had it missed, and looks like he ran into the 88.
Harvick, Johnson,
a lot of good
Kyle
race
Larson.
cars. I mean, a lot of good race cars. Guys in the points.
Wow. 3 consecutive top 5 finishes at Daytona. The 6-time champion Jimmy Johnson has damage here. Outside lane hanging tough here on the restart.
Oh, here we go.
Got trouble. That's Casey Kane that goes sideways. Joey Logano nowhere to go.
Oh my,
Clint
half the
Boyer
field
through
is
the
gone.
grass. The big one at Daytona has happened at lap 97.
That is the huge one at Daytona.
Justin Allgaier.
Oh, the
Denny
18
Hamlin.
gets on its roof.
Kyle Busch rolls upside down.
Wow.
See the 26 car of Cole Witt, the 38 of David Gilliland. And with that, NASCAR has declared this the 18th race of the year official. Congratulations, Eric Almirola. For the first time in his Sprint Cup career, he is a winner, taking it in the Coke Zero 400 here at Daytona International Speedway. 8 races to the chase, and after this weekend, the final weekend off before we go to Indianapolis in 2 weeks and begin a 17-week run to the championship in Miami. Today, it's round 19 at New Hampshire. Green flag in the air, and we are off and racing in New England.
Good out back.
Joey Logano restarting 3rd, outside lane, jumps up to the runner-up spot. That car's strong this weekend. It's a backup.
Tell you what, also, there's a lot of guys down on that apron. I mean, all 4 on the apron on that restart.
Denny Hamlin slides back to 3rd.
Yeah, Logano, those guys did a really good job. I was impressed with, you know, after Joey had that problem with the tire and wrecked, and they got that backup car out. They made a great qualifying run, and here he is running 2nd. I mean, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, you mentioned Logano. Johnson, of course, crashing here in the race. And the other driver to have a tire issue this weekend, Eric Almirola. Had problems in the early practice here yesterday. Started at the back in a backup car. And look at Kevin Harvick driving down low into the corner. On board there with Matt Kenseth, who's worked his way into the top 10. Let's see Dale Jr. on the move early in this race. Jumped some 13 positions after starting 28th today and looking for more as he battles Kevin Harvick. Well, you knew starting back in the 28th position they would have to play some sort of strategy. Early caution, they stay out, pick up some track position. They worked really hard on this car yesterday, talking about Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Steve Letarte. Kyle Busch does not want to let him get away. A little contact as they come off turn 2. Both these drivers competing yesterday in the nationwide race, each of them finishing inside the top 5. Matt Kenseth did the same. He's right behind him in 3rd.
The tires are, don't forget, these guys that took 2 tires, still a little bit cold, still a little low on pressures. It's going to, after 2 or 3 laps, we're going to see who made the right decision here.
Side by side for the lead, side by side for 3rd behind him. What a mess we got going off of turn 2.
Yeah, that's if there's not a yellow first.
That's a good view. It's almost like Matt checked up a little bit to say, let me get a good view of this. Good look at this.
Oh, look at the 18 slide up the racetrack there.
Kyle Larson is doing a great job.
Hanging in there.
I'm telling you, man.
But as you and I said yesterday during practice, this is his kind of track. Hot, slick, sliding around, go find your groove and race.
It is, and I'm going to tell you, that was good racing between the 2 Kyles right there. But that's impressive that he's got 25, 30-lap tires and hung on the outside. And like Wally said, you got to wait for those tires to come in. You got to wait for those tire pressures to come up for Kyle Busch and for Matt Kenseth and those guys. But that's pretty impressive for those first couple of laps.
I'll tell you what's impressive. Brad Keselowski restarted 10th, and after a few laps under green has already put himself inside the top 5. And now the battle for 2nd. Matt Kenseth started back in the 15th position today. Put him in the runner-up position behind Kyle Larson, inside of his teammate Kyle Busch. And then the Penske cars behind him. Logano is 4th, and we talked about Brad Keselowski, who's in the 5th spot with 4 fresh tires. Under caution for the 5th time today, Joey Logano in the wall after contact with Morgan Shepherd. We'll look at that in a moment. First, pit stops. Here come the leaders, Marty. A mixed bag there coming off of pit road. Some taking 4, some taking 2. And you can see the top 6 cars all going with 2 tires. It was Clint Bowyer that won the battle off the pit lane. Under caution for the 5th time. Top of your screen, the lap car of Morgan Shepherd into Joey Logano, who was running inside the top 5 on board with Joey. Despite being in a backup car, he drove his way to the front, but his day now pretty much done. And we've got a caution. Brad Keselowski going to have to go through a restart. The rookie Justin Allgaier around in the 51 machine with 4 laps to go. Green flag goes back in the air.
Oh, Harvick's out of fuel.
Keselowski, 4 pulls out of line.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, the 4 and the 18 of Kyle Busch were the 2 that were right
and
there.
Kyle Busch is sitting 2nd, so when he runs out of fuel, it's going to be a mess if he runs
3
out.
wide off of turn 2. So far, so good for Brad Keselowski on the restart. He's dominated this race. Now he tries to finish the deal. Sees the white flag, and the next one will end it. It would be the 4th straight win for Ford this season. They haven't won 4 in a row since all the way back in 2001.
I don't know how they're not wrecking behind him right now.
And 2 of those victories going to belong to Brad Keselowski. He dominates again.
Thank you for services. Thank you very much, Paul. You're spoiling me.
First career win for Brad Keselowski here in New Hampshire.